Feeling good, feeling right in the groove. Every night, positive vibes, they're my remedy. Can't you see, it's a necessity.
Hey
Shaking
family,
off the
hope you guys
stress
are
and
having
the
a good
strife.
day, evening, wherever it is in your part of the world. This is your girl Nessa, and this is Necessary Vibes. Today's vibe is being true to yourself and always advocating for you. Now, we're not going to get too deep into that. We'll talk what that lesson means. This makeup I got, child, it's not the right color for me. Doesn't work. The lighting is actually helping it out, and I actually had to put a lighted color I had in MAC on top of the Estee Lauder Prolong Wear Double Wear. I went to Sephora. It was inside a Kohl's. You know, my mom had Kohl's Bucks and stuff. And she's like, no, this is the color for you. And I'm like, I don't know. It feels too dark. She's like, no, no, no. And I was like, oh, it looks good. It might look good just because it's a beautiful color, but not because it's a beautiful color for me. And let me tell y'all, when I put it on, because I was going to try to, test it out because I'm going to be hosting and moderating panels for the Super Bowl pretty soon coming up here. Excuse me. And I wanted to test it out with y'all. I could not get on this camera with that makeup. It was so dark, and there's nothing wrong with dark makeup. If you are a darker complected woman, I am in the in-between of the spectrum, okay? Me. I represent the caramel cocoa, the almondy community. And it wasn't giving almond. You know what it was giving? It was giving, remember when Robert Downey Jr. cosplay as a black man in Tropic Thunder? It's giving that. Remember when Zoe Saldana tried to play Nina Simone? It's giving that. And I will try to insert some photos in the edit and post, okay? Because that's how bad it was looking. I had to take a little bit of MAC makeup I had, an NC50, and try to put it on top to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Because, baby, it was where I look washed out. I look like I was committed to the grave and all the life was really stuck out of me. And I had been there for a while. But I also didn't want to take the time to take the makeup off. And I wanted to prove a point, I guess. I don't know. And so I just took the MAC and put it on top because I was like, but best believe it's going back tomorrow. And the girl, she was so sweet. She was nice. She was super excited. And I was just like, I don't know. And also they do say you can't trust the lights inside these department stores and stuff like that. You have to do natural light. You got to go home, be in some different light, baby. It looked like my face was dirty. It was streaking. It wasn't holding. My face was like, this ain't the right color for us. Why are you continually trying to brush and puff and do everything on? No, this is not for us. But I will say, this double wear by Estee Lauder, I mean, it does feel incredibly good. And I feel it will be locked in place once I get the right shade. But this ain't the right shade. So, baby, we got to go back to the drawing board tomorrow, mañana. Okay, this is Saturday night. Tomorrow after church, I told my mom, "Oh, we taking this back because I can't. I can't. I don't want to have to doctor my foundation that I paid good money for." And baby, if you know anything about Estee Lauder, it's good, but it ain't cheap. She's expensive. Not even expensive. She's expensive. Okay. So just be true to yourself. I did say I was going to put that story later, but we're going to do it now organically. This is what we're going to do. And I do talk with my hands. I'm very animated at times. But let me just finish that story because I can have squirrel moments and we'll be here, there, and everywhere. It would always be good, but, focus, Craig, focus. Anyway, just speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself. If something don't feel right and it's not registering your spirit, I was trying to be nice because the girl was so nice. She was young. She was all, yeah, I'm going to get you going for Super Bowl. She said, what are you doing? What are you getting the event ready for? And I told her, she's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, girl, This ain't my shade. And how do you break her heart? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I took the shade. I was like, my mom's like, well, it looks good. It looks. It wasn't my shade. It was not my shade. But that's okay. Because there's always tomorrow and we can take it back, exchange it for the right shade, and be like, look, I appreciate the service. Service was incredible. Quality. Love it. Great touch. Wrong shade. It ain't going to work. I don't want to have to doctor it. Nothing. I wanted to give me more life, not take away. Give, not take away. So there's the story of that. Okay. Let me try to put this somewhere. Maybe I can. Hopefully the sound is better. Okay, it won't. Excuse me. As you can see, I'm still coughing. Kind of sick, getting over, not sick, but getting over some breathing stuff. And so I'm going to intermittently stop, pause, and take a drink. Barbie Stanley, it is what it is. I hope you're going to be okay with that. Now, I have been playing around with my new microphone. This is not it. And it kaputted on me. So I was so excited to use this for this video. And I was actually going to be able to clip it to my hat and really be hands-free. Because some reason it doesn't want to do right. And I just don't want to hold it. But anyway, it needed to be plugged up some more. Excuse me. The cord fell down. It needed to be plugged up some more. So we're using this tiny mic and I hope the sound is okay. But next videos, it's going to be the Hollyland Lark M1. That's what we're going to be using. Okay. So God willing and the creek don't rise. But Miss Tiny Mike, she's a backup player. So you might see her from time to time because situations, repercussions do happen. Anyway, I wanted to take the time, now that we're 6 minutes in this video, I wanted to take the time to introduce myself to a lot of new subscribers. I know a lot of you have joined me from the Threads community. So hi, y'all. How y'all doing? If you don't join me for Threads, just say Thread fam in the chat. If you found me organically, just on YouTube with the YouTube shorts and everything, put organic in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm coughing. It just is what it is. Maybe I'll edit that out. Anyway, since I have a lot of new subbies and new family to our Necessary Vibes community, I thought it was really important to introduce myself. One of the main videos that I have on this channel right now, which I started in 2022, but didn't do anything with it till now, because I really felt the call and the push to do it. But the only video you guys have of me is a video that is good. It's informative. I share my testimony about dealing with stage 1C ovarian cancer, but that's just a small part of my life. It is a part of my life. I'm not going to say that it's not. I believe in my healing every day. My spiritual practice and my faith is I believe in Jesus and I believe in God. And trust me, I've come this far by faith. The story, and one day I'll tell a deeper story about how I almost died. I was 6 hours away from death if I didn't go into the hospital. And I kind of explained that a little bit more in depth in that video. So if you haven't watched that video, you can go watch this video after you see this one. If you have watched the video, just let me know how you feel about it and stuff like that. I wanted to inform and educate because that video was for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in September, right? But I wanted to be a part of my story, but I didn't want it to be my whole story because it's not. Cancer doesn't define me. I define its place in my life, and it has a very small place in my life. Very small place, but it does have big impacts and has made impacts, you know, as do small things do. I don't minimize or diminish it, but it's really important. I don't want people to look at me as a cancer girl or cancer chick or woman because I feel that as society, just based off of what we've been accustomed to through movies and television, even observing experiences of friends or loved ones, maybe your own personal one, we tend to want to minimize the person and maximize the disease, right? Oh, I still have makeup on my fan. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we want to minimize the person and we want to maximize the disease because it's so scary, right? There's a lot going on with it and it can cause a lot of anxiety, fear, and trembling and all the things. But it's important to realize this: a person with a disease, illness, whatever they're going through, they're still that person. They still have a beautiful life and a beautiful story. And yes, this ugly thing is a part of the story, but we're not going to let it write my story. We're not going to let it define who I am. And I just really felt led to be like, you know what? I need to reintroduce myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is not Hove, but Ness, Nessa. Sister vibes. Hey, hey. I like to have a good time. I like to be hopeful. On this page, you're going to get positivity. The only niche I could say I could put myself in is lifestyle, because I do a lot and I am a lot of things, and I don't like to be confined in a box. I'm one of those creative people that's like, I don't want to be just defined by this. I can take this and maximize it to that, right? And create new opportunities. And so you might be like, well, what are you talking about? What is it that you do? Well, I do work a regular 9 to 5, as they call it. I call it my insurance benefits job. Do I love it? My face should tell you the answer. But is it paying some bills? Yes. Is it helping me with my healthcare journey? Yes. And this year, we're on a mission to become emancipated from that job and be full on into content creation, but also the other things that I absolutely love and feel led and called to do. Now, you may be wondering, okay, you're a content creator. I'm rolling real heavy into that in 2025. But in addition to that, drum roll, I am a Le Cordon Bleu trained chef. I actually recently was a sous chef for an event in December. It was lovely. I'll have to talk to you guys about that experience. And I got stories, baby. I got chef stories. I have worked on with people on what from was it, no, not Love and Hip Hop, but yeah, I have worked with some people in Love and Hip Hop. But I have worked with, I'm pondering. If you see me do this, I'm pondering what it is. I've done stuff for Black Ink Crew Chicago. I have done things. I actually done things for Married to Medicine LA, this season 1 finale. Yeah, I was actually on the show. I don't have the recording of that anymore because my mom recorded on there. But Married to Medicine season 1, Married to Medicine LA season 1 finale. You can find glimpses and glances of me up there chefing it up in my white coat, my Dutch braids. That was very cute. So there was that. Also, so I'm a Le Cordon Bleu trained chef. We'll talk about that journey some other day. But yeah, I'm a Le Cordon Bleu trained chef. I did do my internship for a year at Walt Disney World, and that's a whole story. And I got Disney content we could talk about because, baby, I love Disney. But they be wilding on some things too. But I still love them. And I have tips and tricks. I want to say tricks, but tips for you guys if you're planning your vacation to any of the American parks. Now, I can't help you with the foreign parks, but the American parks, I can definitely help you with that because I also worked for the company for about almost 8 years in leadership and entertainment at the Disney store. And so it was just a really, really great. And also my great uncle who recently passed away in December, God rest his soul, may he rest in power. He actually worked for the company at Disneyland Park for about 40 plus years. And he was very proud of me, and we'll talk about that at another time. But I have that under my belt, so we can expect stuff like that. Also, I love to travel, but let me just tell you who I am before I get to what I like, right? So you already know I'm a Le Cordon Bleu trained chef who interned at Disney for a year. I worked at the Disney store in events and entertainment and leadership for 8 years. Or almost 8 years. I am a publicist as well. I'm a managing editor and writer for Woman to Woman Talk digital magazine. It's a Women of Colors magazine, and I'm really proud of that. I got to do some more content for that, and so I'm really excited for that. Also, I'm not the owner of that magazine, but I am the managing editor for that. So, and a writer for that. So I'm just excited for that. And we're getting some things retooled, getting it revamped up. So it's going to be great. The other thing that I do is I'm a podcast co-host. Yes, I'm a podcast co-host, and was one of the reasons I'm going to be down in Super Bowl. I'm really excited. I'm a podcast co-host for this show called The Hip Hop Rewind. We actually are going to be starting posting YouTube content when we get back from New Orleans down to the Super Bowl. So we're really excited. I won't be going to the Super Bowl game. I actually will be there from Tuesday, February 4th to Saturday, February 8th. And then me and my mom and my cousin, we're getting out of there before it gets crazy. But we got a lot of events that we're going to. The celebrity basketball game that we are the exclusive podcast for. We also got the Off the Field NFL Players' Wives fashion show. You're covering that. Also are doing NFL honors. Also, we're doing the women's women's sports power brunch at the Four Seasons, and we are also doing our own awards show, awards brunch in La Place, Louisiana at the Beltier Country Club. And it's going to be great. We have some really great honorees. NLE Choppa is one of our honorees. Ink, she's a songwriter for Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez. She's worked on the Cowboy Carter album. She worked on the Renaissance album and won Grammys for it, okay? And she's nominated for more for the Cowboy Carter. She's worked on GNX with Kendrick Lamar. And so she's being honored with our Songwriter of the Year award. And we have a plethora of more awards and stuff. And I can't wait to bring that content to you guys because it's going to be good. And I'm actually going to be moderating the Women of Power and Influence panel. And we got some great women on there. We got the first female president of NASCAR. And she's black, y'all. We have Raynell Supercent. Remember Crayon Case? What y'all say? Crayon case. I don't know, but you know what it is. It looks like the school supplies. Supercent. She gonna be on our panel. She's actually been on our podcast before, but she's gonna be on our panel. We have so many other great women that are on there. I'm excited. I'm excited to bring this content to you, and that's kind of like what I do. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm an active auntie, a cousin, a friend, a dog mom to my crazy Karen Terrier mix, but mostly Karen Terrier Freddie. You might see him from time to time in the videos. I love gardening. My garden is suffering right now because this cold weather front that's sweeping over the U.S. is my tomato plant especially. Is one of them is just suffering. So I've had to really temper that. But I love Black farmer and gardening content. In my head, I'm going to be them. But going into my second season of gardening. So I'm hoping this year will be great. I got to start doing some indoor planting. And I got to get some bulbs, grow lamps to start working on some seeds. I'm probably behind the 8 ball on some of these seeds, but it's about to be growing some flowers because we need pollinators and other vegetables for the spring into the summer. But with the weather doing what it's doing, you don't want to do them outside because they would die, and they need warmth and a temperature regulated. And usually by this time it'd be a little bit better, but again, this cold Arctic vortex thing that's sweeping through the country right now, it's not cool. It's doing a number on a lot of things. So you might see some plant content from me. You'll definitely see some food content. And when we're talking food content, this kind of rolls into health too. I am doing the finishing. Oh my God, I can't talk. The finishing touches on my e-cookbook, Drizzle and Dazzle. And it's a healthy condiment cookbook. A lot of us love sauces, we love dressings, but there's a lot of hidden fats and sugars in there, and then things that can lead to inflammation and making you susceptible to like colds and flus and stuff. We want to build up the immune system. We want to do good for ourselves. These are things that I've cooked and I've done and I've created along the way. They're things I've created recently, and they're good. And really, it's going to be a guidebook. I feel like a cookbook shouldn't be like, this is the law of the land, how you need to do it. More so, it should give you ideas and techniques. So then you can search your taste buds, experiment and explore, and then adapt the recipes the way you need to be adapting them. But the great thing is the recipes don't have refined sugar or corn syrup or anything like that. We're going using healthy ingredients. Like you can use like cane sugar, unbleached, that sort of thing. But we're working with ingredients like honey, maple syrup, date syrup, whatever sweetener you want to use. So it's very adaptable. And there's some recipes that are unintentionally vegan, and there's some recipes where I do have a vegan alternative for it. So it's a little something for everybody. And I'm trying to get it formatted. Formatting and editing has been the hardest thing because it's self-driven right now. But I'm gotta just get my head in the game and do it because it's like burning a hole in my computer just sitting there, and I want to get it out to you guys. And once I have the proper medium of where I'm going to put it, I will let you guys know in the community, and I will appreciate your support. But more importantly, I would appreciate you picking it up to give you a new perspective on how to make your own homemade ketchup, your homemade French dressing, ranch dressing, the botanical ranch collection #1. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And then the ranch collection #2 is the vegan alternative to that. So yeah, there's something for everyone in there. And there's even like a whipped honey cloud, drizzle and dazzle recipe in there. So we have some sweet, we have savory, we have sauces like a blackberry barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. And some other sauces that are really good for you. And some sauces are Mediterranean. Some of the recipes are Asian inspired, Mediterranean inspired, that sort of thing. But you can adapt them however you want it. And so that'll be dropping real soon. So I'm really excited for that. The other thing is, and it will be available in the ebook format for right now, but I do want to start working on getting it adapted to be a hardcover or just a physical copy. Just a physical copy. That's the thing. So let me pause for the cause for drink break. So we know I'm a chef. We know talked about the podcast co-hosting. I'm a writer and manager editor of Woman to Woman Talk, Woman, magazine. It's amazing. And we're just getting back in the flow, doing a lot of great stories. So I'm just excited to get back in the flow. Honestly, I'm a Jack or a Jackie of all trades, and I love being a creative. I am a creative. And when it comes to my heart and God gives it to me, I know I have to create it. There's some ideas I could have been doing a long time ago, but imposter syndrome kept me back from doing it, like a YouTube channel. I probably should have vlogged my experience being a intern in the culinary program and my just intern life. That was about 11 years ago. And at that time, people were really going against people vlogging and using the selfie sticks. The people were wild and they were destroying everything. And I got nervous and scared, and I don't know. But it would have been a time, honey. Some I have stories, but some things don't need to be recorded for other people. I didn't do nothing too bad. But I'm just saying, but some memories are good to just live in your heart and to share with your friends. But there was some informative things. Now I did dibble and dabble like into Snapchat and on Instagram at its earliest inceptions, and do some things like with recipes and stuff. But now it's like, you know what? I look at some YouTubers online and I'm just like, you're just getting followers and you're just getting stuff and you're not that good. No offense. They're kind of just trying, especially when they're talking food. Oh my gosh. Especially when some of these Disney vloggers or content creators talk food and they don't know how to pronounce the things. I'm like, oh my God. Or they don't know what certain sauces are. And it's very simple. And I'm just like, the chef in me is like, why? But Spirit be like, well, if you would have done a YouTube video about that, maybe they would have been informed. Maybe they would have known. But you were cheating the people out and these creators because you're not sharing your knowledge. Why? You scared of how you look? You just gonna have to do it stupid. You just gonna have to be stupid in public, be stupid on camera. Don't care what people do, because just show up authentically and be you. Okay, that's a whole bar I wasn't even planning on. Thank you, Lord. That was a whole bar I wasn't planning on. But look, watch this YouTuber, my fam. She has a hoodie line, and she has this one that says, "The fear of looking stupid is holding you back." And baby, that message resonated in my spirit. I don't have that one. I was about to go buy that one, but it sells out all the time. She does amazing. She's way younger than me, but I'm inspired by her because she does it anyway. She does it anyway, and she's built a following. But she was doing YouTube. Like when she was doing YouTube, she was a little kid, and I was in my internship, to be honest with you. And things were way different. And so I'm glad that I'm here now. I'm looking to grow my following. So, like I said, we can expect food. We'll talk about the podcast a little bit, but the podcast is actually going to have its own YouTube channel. Now, there will be some intersectionality with that because obviously I'm a co host and, I'm working on that and I'm working on this. But this one is just like more about me and things I want to talk about. And there might be some entertainment topics we're going to talk about. Food for sure because I'm chef. I can't gatekeep. We're gonna do some food reviews, and I gotta film one for this cinnamon toast crunch coffee. In the can. I ain't making it, in the can that I found at Dollar Tree about 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna shoot that one pretty soon. I might do that tomorrow. But yeah, we're definitely going to talk food, entertainment, some Disney content, some traveling. I'm getting back into traveling. My mom just got her passport. I helped her get it, so we're really excited because I haven't been out the country in almost 6 years. And as they say in Lion King, Rafiki says, it is time. It is time to travel. But it's great because my mom could come along with me. And with me dealing with this disease, this ugly disease, cancer, it's better for me to travel with people I trust than to be by myself. I do miss solo travel and doing things like that. But I know for myself, as long as I'm on the medications that I'm on, which is a lot of pain medication, and my treatment pills and stuff like that, it is not wise nor safe for me to travel by myself. So, and I have good friends too, who are travel buddy, who would be travel buddies who understand my condition and will help to take care of me if need be, and just hold space for me and empathy and that sort of thing. So it's good to have that, but it's also great that my mom has her passport, and so hopefully we'll be bringing some more adventures to you guys real soon. When it comes to traveling, I might be going to Jamaica for a cousin's wedding actually, so stay tuned for that because that would be most interesting, right? So we definitely going to be doing Jamaica content if that happens. Also, I'm supposed to be going out the country, hopefully for another trip sometime later on in the year. And then on top of that, my mom and we want to go on a Disney cruise. We've never been on a Disney cruise. And one day I will do a whole video on when it comes to like Disney content creators and some of these theme parks and stuff like that, creators, how they go on cruises and you do these park experiences so often. Sometimes they kill the joy and the spark for everyone else, and things that they do on a regular someone has never done, or they've done it once or twice, or it's going to be a brand new experience for them, and it could kind of skew some things. So with me being a former cast member twice, I want to offer my perspective, also offer you my perspective of being a person who has now gone to both Disney parks with this disease and what it's like to go classified as like an ADA person, and also what my experience was like going into Disneyland for the first time since the Disney Corporation rolled back its program for its DOS program, which is like the Disability Assistance Service program, and not registering for that. And it's because a lot of people was lying and thinking it was a fast pass, thinking it was like, oh, I can jinx the system and lie, and they can't ask me about anything because it's HIPAA compliant. It's not HIPAA compliant to ask about my condition. I could fake something. Look, for those of us who really do need that DOS pass, shame on y'all. I was gladly ready to submit statements for my doctors to prove, and my oncology team to prove, like, nah, like when I'm in the parks, they want me to use a walker. When I'm traveling in the airport, use a wheelchair, that sort of thing. And so to know that that's been taken away for people like myself, and only people who are classified with having, things like ADHD, autism, that's like kind of like neurodivergent type of things. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just can't think of everything, but that's what they're leaning to on that now. So we'll talk about my experience, because we went on my annual cousin trip on my mother's side for Christmas. We've kind of done this three times in a row now, and we went for Christmas, and this is my first time being in the Disney parks after they didn't roll back the DAS pass. That was so helpful for me and my family to maximize our experience. So we'll talk about that in another video, because that is very near and dear to me. And we'll talk some other Disney creator stuff. We'll talk some movie stuff, getting ready for the Oscars. I love it. I love it. Food, life, just good products. We'll do product reviews. And I'm going to be doing some vlogging. And so I was trying to do some vlogging this weekend, maybe, or this week. We'll see how it goes. I do have some content. Y'all tell me if you like it or not. Well, please watch it. No matter what, we're growing together. But there will be vlogging content. Now it's going to be from my phone, so I don't want to hear, where's the camera? I don't have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 yet. We working on it, but I don't have it yet. It wasn't in the budget right now. But you don't need that to get started. You need your camera and you need you. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to get started. That's it. That's all. And then also too, I'm going to be reviewing some products for TikTok shop and some other things, and we'll bring that to you as well. It's going to be fun. Okay. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. It's going to be full of heart and love and laughter and perspective and just living our life. And I may do some cooking tutorials on here from Drizzle and Dazzle. And so again, the e-cookbook that's going to be coming, it's forthcoming, and I'm working on it because this formatting, ooh, it's getting me. But I think I'm going to end it here. Hopefully you knew a little bit more about me. Thank you guys for joining me, for getting to know me a little bit better. Again, when it comes to the cancer content, we'll talk about it sometime. February 17th was my cancerversary date when I was diagnosed. So I'm going to have a video about that, and I will specifically put it in a playlist when we're talking about health and cancer stuff. But I don't want to depress us just talking about cancer all the time, even though it's a part of my life, but it's not my whole life, and it's not even the biggest part of my life. And I want you guys to see that people can still live great lives. We're all broken, but one of my favorite sayings is broken crayons still color, and we can still color a beautiful life for ourselves, and we shall do it together. So again, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so freaking much. A lot of y'all came over from Threads, and I appreciate you guys so much. If you can engage with me to let the algorithms and the audience stuff here for YouTube know that I want to go live on YouTube, please let me go live. They told me 50 people I need it, and I got 50 subbies, and then it was something else. But if we can let them know you value my content and it puts me up higher so I can go live, I would so appreciate that. If you're new and you just happen to find my channel, I'm glad you're here. Well, happy you're here. Yes, welcome. And I want you to come on back for more. I want you to come on back. So what I need you to do is make sure that you are alerted when I am on. I want you to hit the heart, like this video, and then subscribe, and then hit the notifications, hit the bell. And so so that way you can be notified when I have a new video up. We're excited. Let's do this. 2025, in spite of everything that's going on, is going to be a good year. We got to believe and receive and manifest that in our lives. And it's going to be good. And we're going to keep it positive on here and keep everyone encouraged. Okay. So, and if I should be following you and subscribe to you, let me know in the chat. I freely support. I'm the biggest cheerleader for people. So you cheerlead for me, I cheerlead for you. That's what we gonna do. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna get out of here. And as I say on a lot of my social medias out there, let's keep our prayers up and our hopes high. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Sun shining, feel alive. Woke up smiling, blue skies.